Hey everyone, I'm Javier Castellanos. This is our gorgeous model Lexi, and today we will be doing a really beautiful, just soft highlight and contour moment, and then we're also going to finish it off with a cute halo eye that's going to get us ready to start the party. So, as you can see, we've already gone ahead, we've prepped her skin, put on a beautiful foundation, and now we're just going to go straight into the contour. So for the contour today, we're going to be using a slightly cooler tone brown. You really want to go in with something that's going to be a little bit more cool tone so that it creates those shadows in the face, as opposed to something like a bronzer, which has a little bit more red in it, and that's just going to add warmth, which isn't necessarily what you want when you just want to go ahead and give the face a little bit more structure. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into this brown with, I personally like to use a smaller brush for precision and then buff it out after with a little bit of a larger brush. We're going to go ahead with this sort of tapered eyeshadow brush that's a little bit more fluffy, and we're going to go in and we're going to find the hollow of her cheek, and we're going to place the product right there. We're going to focus it mainly in that area, and then if we need to, we'll go ahead and buff it out with a bigger brush. But Lexi is gorgeous and she has beautiful cheekbones, so I don't think that we're really going to need too much more blending than what we're doing here today. So we're going to go ahead, create that C with your brush. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to find her jawline right here, and then we're just going to accentuate it. She's already got, like I said, very beautiful features, so all we're doing is just giving them a little bit more of a lift, just snatching her, if you will. So turn for me, please. And then on the other side, we're going to go ahead and repeat those steps. Finding the hollows, going in, and adding in that dimension. And then if you just saw what I did, I took a little bit of product and I tapped off the excess so that we didn't put too much. I'm always a huge fan of, you can always add more, but it's harder to take off. So up here towards the temples, we're going to give her a little bit more of that structure. Beautiful. Okay. Let me go in to the jaw on the other side one more time to get it really snatched. And there we go. So beautiful. How are you feeling, Lexi?
Cute.
Perfect. All right, so now we're gonna go into the nose contour, and the nose contour is where some people can go downhill very quickly. But makeup is all about expression, it's all about fun. So for today, we're just gonna do a very soft sort of nose contour. We're not gonna really add a ton because we don't need to. We want this soft glam moment. So we kind of just want to brush that contour right into the brow and bring it down. The focus, you're going to want to have it right about here in the nose, so that way it just really makes it super slender. So back into the nose, into the brow, and then this is actually going to help you out a little bit later when we go in for our eyeshadow look, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a few minutes. So we've gone ahead, added in that contour, and then I like to add just a little bit under the nose to give it that upturned little look. And then a little secret that I was taught when I was first started out with makeup is you can actually pinch your brush, especially if it's a fluffy brush like this, and you get more precision, so you can kind of create more structure. And that's going to be the word of the day, guys. Structure, precision. And it's just going to be a really fun time. So I'm really loving the way that this is looking so far. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of blush and highlight, and then go from there. So for highlight, I'm actually going to go in to another palette that I have here, and I'm going to be using this sort of tapered pointed brush. I call it my little witch's broom because it does magical things for me. But I really love it because it hugs the cheekbone in a way that just makes the highlight look so beautiful in the light. So we're gonna go ahead, dip into our highlight, and then we're just gonna find the highest point of her cheek, and that's where we want to focus the highlight because that's going to be a natural high point where the light's going to naturally hit us. So we find the high point and then we just hug it. We hug it. Ooh, beautiful. And then you can go up more for a more lifted look, or you can focus it right there on the sort of cheekbone so that you get the most blinding highlight ever. There we go, so pretty. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and take a little bit more highlight, and I'm gonna do it right over here on the other side as well. And then now you should start to see what that highlight and that contour are doing together. You're seeing that that little bit of contour really gave her face some structure, but then it finishes giving it structure when you go ahead and you add that highlight. So it's gonna go in and it is just going to make you look like you are ready to party. I like to take a little bit, put it right on the tip of the nose for that cute little sun-kissed look. We just went to the beach. We just got off the boat from the Bahamas and everything is looking so cute. Take a little bit more right there on the chin because we are glowy. We are glowy, glowy, glowy girls. So to finish it off, I'm gonna go ahead with a salmon blush. I think that's gonna be really pretty for this look. So I'm gonna go in, dab, 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 tap. And then blush is gonna be very personal. It's gonna be very fun. So you could do blush along the nose. You can do blush right here on the apples of the cheeks, which is usually where people place it. I like to place blush just a little bit higher because I do, again, want that lifted look for her. So I'm going to find her cheekbone once again, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go with an angled brush and just sweep up and add that color right back in. And doing this helps to kind of blend in that beautiful contour with that highlight, and it marries everything together. Gorgeous. Let me go ahead and do the other side for y'all. Wow. Love that, love that, love that. And I am such a fan of blush, you guys. You have no idea. Like, blush makes me so happy. When you add blush to something, it just gives it that rosiness, that life, and it just brings the face kind of together. So pretty. Add a little more. And a little bit at the temples is a little trick I like to do too. That kind of just marries the blush with everything else, so you don't have blush just on your cheeks. You can do that here, right along the chin as well, to bring some color back in, and that way everything is very beautiful, very uniform, and ready to go. So let's get into this eye look. So let me grab my palette over here, set this guy down. And like I said, today we're gonna be doing a very simple, very beautiful, very impactful sort of halo eye. And a halo eye is really nice because it works on a lot of different eye shapes. So today we are going to go in with a really, really pretty, just sort of dark brown to start off and sculpt everything. So let me hold my setting spray over here. And I am actually going to go in with, let me see what I've got here. I'm gonna go in with this angled brush. And I'm gonna go in with the angled brush first because I want to kind of carve out, sketch out the shape that I want for the eye, and then I'll go in and I'll build up the color from there. So like I said, I'm gonna go in with a brown, and I'm just going to have her look up for me, please. I'm gonna start right here at the bottom, because in the bottom is where we can kind of start to create a wing, and you'll start to see it now. So you can go ahead and look down, Lexi. And then once we've got that, we can go in and we can start creating the shape that we're looking for. And we're always going in one direction when we want to build up the color so that we're not creating a lot of circles, we're not creating a lot of sort of surface area, we're not covering a lot of surface area with shadow. So we're gonna go in like this. And then because it is a halo eye, we can go ahead and start filling in this side as well. So you're gonna wanna find the inner corner, and from there, you're gonna go ahead and start building it up and carving out the lid. And this is going to be the base for our halo eye. And everything in makeup is all about trusting the process, you guys. So we're going in with this beautiful brown that we've sketched out. Oh, love it. And then close, open for me, Lexi. Okay, close. Perfect, thank you so much, my love. Add a little more brown there. Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna sketch out the same shape on the other eye because we are fans of symmetry. Close, please. Carve that out super beautifully. And then open for me, Lexi. And then, like I said, we're gonna go in from the bottom and close for me, Lexi. Thank you. Create that wing and start sketching this way. Build up our color a little bit more. And we're starting to see it take form. Perfect. Open for me, Lexi. Close. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oof, I'm loving this, loving this, loving this, loving this. Let's go in now over here with a little bit more brown to build up that color that we've got going on. Perfect. So now I'm just gonna pop my angled brush right back where I had it, and then I'm gonna go in with a smudger brush. And from there, I'm just gonna start blending everything in before we start deepening the color. So popping back in with that brown, we're gonna go ahead and bring that back in. And you see where I'm holding my brush here? Because I do want to soften this up a little bit. I'm just softening up the edges where I built up that color. And here was where we were talking about that contour. You can go ahead and you can even bring that brown that you're building up, you can bring it into the contour for a really, really pretty look. Yeah, now that we softened our edges over here, we can go ahead and deepen it on the edges a little bit more. So. Love that. And as I said before, guys, the halo eye is beautiful because it works on a multitude of different sort of eye shapes. Lexi has a really beautiful sort of like almond shape to her eyes, but if you can tell over here, her eyes, since they are a little bit more, she has a bit of a stronger brow bone, her eyes tend to sink in just a little bit. And what we're going to do with a halo eye is we're going to add that little bit of sparkle right in the center, which is going to just bring that forward a little bit and make those eyes just pop and sparkle. Grab a little bit more brown here, bring it in, build up that color. And to build up color, guys, you can just stipple. And stippling is just this movement right here where you're pressing product into the skin. And then once you've stippled whatever amount you needed to, go ahead and start sweeping that color in. Gorgeous. Perfect. And then let me go ahead, soften this up. And you can do it with the same brush, guys, or you can go in with a softer, clean brush, so that way you have more control over how the shadow blends out. Beautiful. Okay, open for me, Lexi. Okay, we're off to a really good start, guys. So look up for me, Lexi. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the bottom first because it's gonna be a little bit easier for us on our lives if we do the bottom first. We're gonna go in with that little bit of brown. Look up, perfect. Thank you so much, Lexi. You're amazing. And then find the inner corner. And you're gonna wanna do about a third of the eye each way. So if you're, my tongue's tied. So if you're looking at what I'm doing, guys, you can see that I've stopped pretty much at like the third of her eye here and then this third over here, and we're leaving the center blank, and that's because we're gonna add a shimmer to that center part. So we're gonna go ahead, smoke that out, bring it closer to the center. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Do the same thing to the other eye. Oof, smoky. Love it when it's smoky. And remember, guys, just in one direction to really keep that color where you want it. Oh, I'm in love. So, so, so in love. Beautiful, beautiful. So, Lexi, close for me, please. We're gonna stipple in a little bit more brown right here in the first third. And a little bit of brown in the first third over here. Beautiful. Okay. And now I'm gonna do the scary thing, and I'm gonna go in with black. Whew. Okay. So now to build a little bit more dimension, I'm gonna go in with black, which is just a darker color. And close for me, Lexi. Perfect. I'm gonna kind of focus on the lash line and keep it closer to the lash line and just start to blend it into the brown that we set down. Before I start to stipple and build up that color. Perfect. And then let me go in to the other side, do exactly what we did. Blend, blend, blend. Beautiful. Stipple it right here at the edge. Stipple it right here at the edge. Always keeping in mind that shape that we created. Beautiful. Okay, Lexi. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit of black with my liner brush, my trusty Precise liner brush. Look up for me. And remember, guys, we don't want to go into the center. We want that space to be beautiful and blank and ready for some shimmer. And we're almost there, I promise, I promise. We're almost there with the shimmer. It's my favorite part. Just to really carve it out. Oh, this is a look. This is a look, honey. And like I said before, guys, clean brush. And I'm going to go ahead and buff out this edge. So close for me, Lexi. And just softly blend it, so we don't have any harsh lines, and that brown just melts beautifully into her skin. Now the other side. All right. I am obsessed. Beautiful. So now the moment that everyone's been waiting for, shimmer. So I'm going to go ahead, put my fluffy brush that is no longer clean back down. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a flat brush like this. And then we call this a packing brush. And this is really good because it's going to go ahead and it's going to deposit a lot of product where you need it. So I think we're going to go in with a really, really beautiful gold sort of shade. So close for me, Lexi. And then what you're going to want to do with a halo eye is, in order to make your life a little bit easier, you're going to want to find the lash line, and then you're just going to want to go up and blend into the shadow that you've already laid down. And as you can see, that shimmer, it's really popping. It's really bringing everything forward. It's the same thing, the same idea that we were doing with our contouring over here with our stronger contour and then our highlight, to really just make that beautiful and sculpted. Go ahead on the other eye. And then if you want a little extra love, you go ahead and you hit your packing brush with a little bit of setting spray. Not a lot, just a little. Just enough. And then go back in to your shimmer shade. And then the same way you put it down is the same way you're going to do it again. And then this time you'll see that your product is going to be even more vibrant. Look at that. So, so pretty. We are living for that. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to spritz it one more time. And go in again. Beautiful. And then I don't know about you guys, but I love just a little bit of glitter. Just a little bit of glitter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take one of the glitters up here, and that's just going to add even more sparkle. So especially if you're going to be taking a picture or you're going to be on camera, that's really going to make that eye pop. But before we go into that, we can't forget our bottom lash line. So Lexi, could you please look up for us one more time? And we're going to go in. Same brush is fine. If you want a little more control, you can switch back over to a smaller brush, but I think we're good. And then that third that we've been waiting for finally is going to get some love. Oof. Love that. Beautiful. So, so pretty. We're going to go in on the other side. Ooh, yes. And typically when you want to put glitter on an eye, guys, you're going to want to put down a layer of glitter glue. This glitter that I'm using, the formulation, already has the glue in it, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. Oh, that's just so gorgeous. And then Lexi, of course, whatever we do at the top, we've got to do the bottom. So look up for me one more time, Lexi. Beautiful. Oh, obsessed. Obsessed. And then, if you're so inclined, you can wipe off any sort of glitter fallout with a big fluffy brush. But some people like the extra glitter. We are in that moment where everyone is obsessed with Euphoria. So why not? Why not rock that little bit of glitter fallout and make it your own?